Hello and welcome to video one of a four-part series entitled Feel Like a Supermom During Challenging Times. I'm Gina Fontaine and I'm a fitness professional champion for mom's health, and I am here to help you reclaim your superpower and thrive, moms. So this is video one, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about the missing piece to you feeling like a supermom. I'm going to bring up and share my screen right now. So just bear with me a moment while I step in and grab some slides to show you. In the meantime, please comment below if you are joining us, and maybe even share this with a friend if the content speaks to you. I would love to bring more women into my Supermom Club, which will be forming in November of 2021. All right, so here we go. What is the missing piece to feeling like a supermom? And that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's probably not what you think. You see the subtitle, "When Things Slow Down, I'll Take Care of Me." And the thing is, Mom, when you are depleted and you're not well, it's really difficult to show up and be the best mom that you can be, right? So what can you do? Well, here's a quote from my book that was recently published on September 21st of 2021. "Peace and harmony is an inside job. You have to get right with yourself, Mom, if you want your home to lend itself to spontaneous bouts of celebration and spark." Well, that's great, but my life is chaos, Gina. How do I get peaceful? All right, well, that's what we are going to be talking about in this series. And this is probably stuff you have not heard before. Again, I'm Gina Fontaine, and I'm a wellness coach for moms. I've been in the fitness industry for 27 years. Recently, I authored the book, "You Are a Supermom, 5 Ways to Reclaim Your Superpower and Thrive as a Mom," and soon to be founder of the Supermom Club, where we are going to find ways where we can exercise, have fun together in a way that doesn't deplete you or run you down. So let's get going. This is the first part of a 4-part series called Feel Like a Supermom During Challenging Times. And today, the main objective is to share with you what is that one missing piece. And I just want to start this out with a warning that if you are not ready to slow the pace of your life down, then this is probably not for you. If you're the kind of person, I'm type A, I'm recovering, I should say. But if you are not willing to let some things go and make some changes in your life to slow down, then this presentation is probably not going to resonate with you. I say that up front because I have certainly had people who've attended my restorative yoga classes, and the pace of it is so slow that it became frustrating for them. So, and that's totally fine, but this is going to be some new, innovative offerings that I am going to give to you today. And I know we all feel like we have to add something to our life. We have to heal, fix, and change when times are challenging, especially. We think, oh, well, maybe if I slept more, or maybe if I cut sugar out of my diet, or maybe if I stopped drinking caffeine, I would feel like a supermom. And we're going to talk about what is supermom in just a minute. But there's all these practices, and I don't know if it's necessarily doing more, because even in our practices of health and self-care, we can get into the trap of becoming type A about that, of having all these systems and all these things that we do. Here's something to ask yourself. What if you could just be? What if you could just be and not have to do anything? Even if that's unrealistic, just what if you could just be? Because I know that we are all slaves to time. I hear women every day talking about they're so busy, I don't have enough time. There's just I'll start exercising when things slow down. And I'm just gonna tell you, as a mom of 3 kids, and I'm a single mom too, things never slow down. So if you're waiting for that, You'll be waiting until your kids leave the home, and then you'll find even more things to do because you'll have this new freedom when the kids are gone. So why not start living your best life right now, right here? And I'm going to show you how I did it, how I reclaimed my superpower and began to thrive, and showed my children that in living my dreams, it gives them permission to do the same. And by seeing me thrive, they thrive. So this is the 4-part masterclass I will be offering for 4 days, and you can catch the recordings on YouTube right here. And let's get into the content. So these are the things that I hear from moms all the time, that you feel exhausted, and you're feeling exhausted. You're not processing things with your full brain capacity. And therefore, you're always looking around, and it always seems like something's wrong and you have to fix something, or you're not doing enough. And then you go and try to fix everything and everyone around you, and it doesn't work. And so then you start blaming yourself for your kids' misbehavior, or because your dog chewed up something in the house, or you blame yourself because you're not getting along with your partner. And we have to shift that, because it's not about changing your circumstances or your environment. It's about what I said in the very beginning about getting right with yourself, finding peace within. No one can disrupt your peace. And I know that seems just, like a fantastic statement when you have a crying baby and a toddler tugging at you. I've been there, and I didn't have the tools that I'm going to share with you today. I didn't have those tools when I was a mom of young children. And boy, I wish that I had, because if I had known that nothing is worth losing your peace for, that I can step away from situations that seem like they're a crisis and get right with myself and harmonize, oh my gosh, I would have saved myself so many tears and so many sleepless nights. These were my objections. And now I have 3 kids. When my oldest was 13, I filed for divorce, and I left an abusive marriage. And so I have been a single mom for almost 5 years now. And my objections to living in peace and harmony is you just don't understand. Like, my kids are so unruly. They defy everything I ask them to do. And in my marriage, I was not the disciplinarian. I was the softie. I would provide the soft landing. So for me to step into the role of disciplinarian, it was not natural, and the kids really were repelled by me acting that way. So I always would just say, okay, it's just as soon as things go smoothly, just wait, there's going to be another crisis. And I could not see an end. I could not see an end to the daily stress. My oldest would be, off on 4-day runaway stretches where I had no idea where he was. He's been in and out of juvenile detention. I mean, you can read You Are a Supermom, and it goes into my story in detail. But suffice it to say, I've lived the life of daily stress. And what I came to realize is that the missing piece is peace. And you can't wait until everything's happy, happy, joy, joy to find the peace. And that's the challenge. And I had to hire a coach and learn some stress management techniques to first just help bring me down to ground level, because every day I would just start out the day in extreme anxiety. And, I used tools. I certainly had tools like tapping and meditation and breathing. But when your nervous system is just chronically jacked up, there is a period of time you have to allow yourself grace to slow down. And if you'll remember at the beginning, I said, if you're not at least willing to slow down, this content is probably not going to be for you. But I don't want you to continue using the excuse of when things slow down, or these are some of the objections that you might give to slowing down, is that I have so many things to do, and my life is just crazy. There's just always things coming at me. It's true. And you are what you perceive yourself to be. And I know that when I was in high stress, high anxiety, everything was a crisis. And it always felt like bad stuff was happening. And that's where my consciousness was. It was not in a peaceful place. It was in a place of anticipating disaster. And so here's the truth for you. Attaining peace begins with the realization that your natural state of being is calm. Even on those days when you wake up and you've already got the butterflies in your stomach and you're thinking about all the things you have to do, you still have that place of calm within you. But again, you have to start from ground zero. And that takes time and grace to reset your nervous system. So while in concept saying, okay, Gina, that's great, attaining peace is going to help my household become less crazy. Attaining peace, it's right here. So you're just saying, if I just go inside, everything's going to be peaceful. Not exactly. I mean, we have to have our lens pointed on the direction we want to go. And even, in a telescopic lens, it might be miles away, but we keep our eyes on that lens. And that is my point, is that this is a process. It's a journey. And these are the things that hold us back, that my anxiety is out of control. And I always start meditating, but then it just becomes, me trying to figure out what I need to do on any given day. Now, I can feel calm. I can practice yoga, and I did this, and then something would happen, and I'd go from calm to immediate, flip the switch, high level screaming temper tantrum on mom's end, and that never felt good. And then that went to, oh my gosh, I really can't calm down. I really don't know how to do this. But you know what? I started to notice that instead of having daily temper eruptions, it would be stretches of days, and then it might be weeks. And now when I have my out of control eruptions, it kind of jostles me because I'm just not used to it anymore. But trust me, it used to be a daily, multiple times daily occurrence. And so you might be thinking, well, okay, if everything is crazy around me and it never stops and I always have something to take care of, how am I supposed to find calm when the baby's crying, when my teenage son is insulting me, when I'm having arguments with my spouse? I mean, you name it, whatever it is, the dog is always barking and misbehaving. There are so many things that are here to disrupt our peace. And can you be like the woman in the photo who has all, everybody wants her attention, but she's just calm and serene in the center because she has her lens focused on what needs to get done today. And nothing, she's probably saying to herself, nothing is worth losing my peace for because I know what I'm doing. So the next video, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 steps to choose peace. And it really helps when you are in a situation where your anxiety is out of control and there's so much coming at you. If you have a system, and in this, it's a 1, 2, 3 steps to, okay, grabbing the situation and saying, I can do this, instead of spinning out of control and having yet another day where it's just putting out one fire and then another, and then seeing another shiny light and going to that one. So we're going to talk about the process that I've used and sort of unconsciously developed, but in realization and retrospect, oh, this is what I was doing to find calm, to find peace. And I'm happy to say that my household is becoming calmer, is becoming more peaceful. And yet it's taken every bit of 4.5 years to reach this place. And we're far, far from perfect. But I have the intention of continuing to build better connections with my children. And that truly starts with me connecting with myself and putting myself as a priority and loving myself more today than I did yesterday. And I want that for you too. I want peace to be the lens through which you look at things. So I'd love to connect, and this is my contact information. And you can also pick up my book, You Are a Supermom, is on Barnes & Nobles and Amazon. And happy to announce that my book actually reached #1 on the single parenting category on Amazon and #8 in the motherhood category when we launched last week. So it's a wonderful book. I have it sitting right here. This is my personal copy. And I have it tabbed all over the place. You can see on my tabs because there's so many morsels of wisdom in here. And yep, I did write it, but I'll just give myself credit that, it's the kind of book where you can just open it and read, and you do want to read it cover to cover, but you'll find exactly what you need. And I map out in this book the steps that I'm going to share with you tomorrow. So tomorrow, or in the next video, we will be going over what are those actual steps. And then on the third video series, I'm going to show you the whole entire framework, not just creating peace, but the whole framework. So look for video 3 to see, what are the steps that I need not only to find peace, but to reclaim my superpower. And it really is all encompassing, because I said at first, you have to have a way of finding the ground, right? When things are anxious, you're not just going to meditate and feel peaceful. You're going to probably, like me, meditate and feel all your anxiety and feel all your tension building in your body. So let's do this together, because it can be really, really hard to navigate this territory alone. And I want to say thank you for joining me today. And I look forward to connecting with you, and either in person or reach out to me via email. And look for the Supermom Club to be starting up here towards the end of October of 2021. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.